Meanwhile, Baltimore police and the mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement are still facing questions about their response to the Brooklyn Homes mass shooting. Now, President Nick Mosby said on WBAL radio the responsibility should fall mostly on Baltimore police rather than Safe Streets.
When there is a weapon involved in an interruption or an interaction, we need to know about it. We also need to know something when we're paying for it.
But that wasn't information that the police department didn't already know. If our safeguard is having Safe Street go into a crowd, 4 guys go into a crowd of 700 people to communicate to our police department that there's guns and knives in there and that they should come in there, we have a problem.
All right, joining us now, Patterson, the chairman of PEACE, People for Elected Accountability. So let's talk about this. I just want to go dovetail off of what we just heard there. Yeah. Police or Safe Streets? When we're 4 weeks out, we're still talking about where the responsibility lies. Police or Safe Streets? What do you think in terms of what President Nick Mosby had to say?
Well, again, I think it's a combination of efforts. I mean, you had people calling 911 that day, alerting for police, and then you also had, Safe Streets on the ground. There should have been some coordinated effort or responsibility to share information that what was happening was happening. I mean, there were reports of guns. Safe Streets was on the ground. They know weapons were involved. So there should have been some coordinated effort to share that information and resources.
Let's go back here, because in the days now leading up, we've had Councilman Antonio Glover call for a spending freeze for Muncie. 40 people. Over $20 million, 40 people are employed through this organization. What are your thoughts on a possible freeze until there are more answers provided?
Well, I think this comes down to the main point of providing that transparency. The mayor has said, has built this campaign, and where he stands on everything with city government is equity. And, we want equity in all these, different areas. But is it equity for the people of Baltimore to not know what's going on with many of these organizations? But I really think this Safe Streets incident and what this is highlighting is the lack of transparency within city government, and it's putting a spotlight on how it happens. I mean, we see the same things happening with some of the bike lanes going on in Gwynns Falls Parkway, and some of the other housing development projects that are happening, and it's all hinges on keeping the people in the dark of what's going on.
I think the question becomes, because we've seen city leaders really back up Safe Streets, and they say that there is a strong presence in the community, and they are truly diffusing situations. I guess the question becomes, how can they provide that level of transparency if it is something that is intimately embedded in these communities, as they've said, where they don't want to reveal people's identities?
Well, look, people aren't saying, let's not leverage what Safe Streets can provide. People aren't saying, let's get rid of Safe Streets. No one's saying that. What people are saying is, what is being done? What are the metrics? Why are we sending all this money from our pockets, into these organizations if they're allowed to not share with us what's going on? That's what people are saying.
And what do you think needs to happen at this point? We've been talking about this mass shooting for weeks now, and it's horrific, and there's still so many unanswered questions, and no arrest made in the shooting per se. We only have 1 arrest for a 17-year-old who's facing riot charges and weapons charges. As this investigation unfolds, what kind of a transparency and accountability measures do you need to see in place to feel comfortable as you represent people in this city?
Well, look, I mean, when the people are asking questions, or whether it's the media asking questions, or whether it's a council member asking questions, I think you just need to be forthright and forthcoming and truthful. And we do need citizens of Baltimore to stand up and say and share information, or if we know what's going on, and especially with this Brooklyn Homes, because I'm pretty sure people know what happened and who was involved. So everybody needs to step up and be transparent, but especially, our city government, our city leaders, they need to just reveal what's going on instead of saying, hey, that's sensitive information, or the people don't understand how that works, or you don't need to know that. That's blatant disrespect to the people of Baltimore.
All right, we'll leave it right there. Patterson, chairman of PEACE, thank you.
Thank you.